Welcome to another episode of Liz and Liz Get Literary. My name is Liz.
And I am also Liz.
And we're back.
We're back.
We are back at Sunbound Books. It is another glorious day at the bookstore. Still cannot believe that we do this for fun.
Yeah, and it feels good to be home.
It does. It feels good. We had nice weeks in a row of these like weird unlocked locations, but this does just kind of feel like home.
There is like this smell of a bookstore that literally I feel like my anxiety and my stress levels go from like here to here.
True. And I don't know what Liz K, that's our third Liz, puts in like the soap and like the air freshener, like the cleaning products, but it's just like perfect.
It's
also
almost
fresh.
cinnamon
Yeah.
deal. Yeah.
It smells so good. Today at Sunbound Books, Liz and I were greeted by maybe the most beautiful sight we've seen in a while. And it was also a surprise. We picked up not only a very anticipated release for us, A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen with the red foiled edges. However, I don't know if you can see the sticker. Yep, that's a side copy. That's two side copies. Honestly, if it being out in the world wasn't enough, a surprise signed copy is crazy.
I feel like I've been very annoying because all I've been saying is a fate inked in blood for a curse carved in bone, for a curse carved in bone. And look, guys, a curse carved in. This is gonna look so good on that bookshelf with the blue one.
Oh my gosh. I think I might do, because I have a fate inked in blood right next to When the Moon Hatched because their foils match.
That is a good idea.
But I'm thinking I'll do like fate inked in blood in, Curse Carved in Bone out, and When the Moon Hatched out.
Oh, that would look so good. I was thinking of like laying them down and stacking and putting When the Moon Hatched would be good too.
Mm-hmm. Cute. I'm literally so excited. Sunbound Books, as you all know, is just the best. It's the best place. The fact that we walked in here and got two surprise copies of a signed book that we both have been like fiending for is crazy.
Yes, we're audio recording a message for Liz K as we found the signed copy, and we probably blew out her speakers of whatever she was listening to the audio because we were like, oh my gosh. If you do not know what A Curse Carved in Bone is, this is a duology. It is called the Saga of the Unfated.
I love it.
Yes, and it is Vikings. It is Norse mythology. It follows Freya, who is unfated and a chosen one, and Danielle really did a big one with this, and I'm so excited to read this. This is multiple point of view, so we get Freya's point of view and our man Bjorn's point of view as well.
I literally love him so much, and you are correct. She popped off. She did her big one, and not only with the book, but I absolutely adore the way she wrote Freya.
Yes.
I feel like I didn't even need to do a reread because I was thoroughly engrossed in this book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember. I remember like it was yesterday. I was begging you. You were in the middle of something really big.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe me a cold.
I had to do a reread because I couldn't remember. I remember loving it, but I did the reread because I wanted to be able to remember like little details and like why I loved Bjorn so much.
The last big like crisis at the end of book one, I think about every day. Like literally when I'm reading Romantasy, I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna have a scene like at the cave.
When I reread it, I still gasped. Like I didn't know what was gonna happen.
I gasped just thinking about it. It's very, very hyped. So I know that scares some of you, but this is worth the hype. It's just a duology, so this is going to be the last one. And we did see that there is Bjorn POV, which is literally all I was asking for. So I'm very excited.
Let me just read you a little A shield maiden fights to break the shackles of prophecy and to overcome the betrayal of the man who broke her heart in this searing conclusion to the Norse-inspired fantasy romance duology that began with the best-selling of Fate Inked in Blood.
So good.
And gonna segue, yesterday we also had some big news, which you guys will already know by now, but our girl Demi announced the title for book 3 in the Ashen series, Dawn of the North.
Dawn of the North. Dawn of the North is crazy.
We are so when I think about like A Fate Inked in Blood, A Cursed Carved in Bone, the Ashen series, like I never knew how much I would love Norse mythology until I read these books.
Absolutely.
It's so good.
And the fact that it's coming February 6th, I thought we were going to have to wait literally until like Christmas 2026. February is really not that far. It's less than a year.
In terms of like book world, that's very soon.
And they're very long, very fleshed out, very well done, as you all know, romanticities. And so like the fact that she can put out another one already is crazy.
Well, considering I just finished Roots of Darkness, which if you have not heard, that is the novella. She is self-publishing herself. It is Hekla's story. Hekla is an amazing character, and I fell right into it. I gave it 5 stars. I had the absolute best time. Hekla, and then Kritka, is that how you would say?
Kritka?
Yeah. Oh,
I know.
And
I know. And Avon. Bye.
Oh, and the ending of that.
First of all, I love him.
I know, but I love Cass. I'm like, is it going to be, am I going to have a why choose situation?
Is it going to be Ray? Also, hello?
Okay.
I have too many options.
I will say right now it's Cass.
And then Ray.
Avon.
And then Avon.
And then
Ray's my number 1, I think.
I think I like Ray a lot. He was very cinnamon rolly at the end of Kingdom of Fun. You know how I feel about that sometimes. So.
Yeah, but he's been waiting how long to ever feel that way.
I know, I'm so happy for him.
I love him.
So we have book 3, February 6th, Dawn of the North. We will be we will be ready. We might have a party. Who knows?
We should have a party.
Demi, we cannot wait. We love you.
Truly.
Congratulations.
Yes. So if you're wanting to purchase A Curse Carved in Bone or A Fate Inked in Blood, which is book 1 and you haven't yet, never ever forget that you can get all of the books we talk about on Liz and Liz Get Literary at sunboundbooks.com, and you can use code Liz and Liz for 10% off.
Yes.
And she ships it. So I know we have a lot of away besties, but they will ship to your home.
Yes. And again, you're helping an independent bookstore, which there's nothing better, truly. So.
Yeah, and her name is Liz.
What's
up to love?
Not. So, now, what are we reading?
How are we supposed to recover? I don't even know. I am currently in the direct middle of Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry.
You having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
Because I cannot wait. First of all, I was freaking out. I couldn't find my book. I thought I brought all my books in. Yeah. I thought I had brought all my books in and I hadn't, but it's so pretty.
It's so beautiful. I love the font. It's so good. I'm having a really good time. I'm almost halfway and I still can't fully tell who the love interest is. Like, obviously, I'm like, okay, if this is typical romantasy, I know exactly what we're doing. But there's kind of...
You're like kind of feeling it for more than one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who knows about that? I'm having a really good time. I have actually never read a Devney Perry book, but the people love her romance. I am really loving her romantasy. It's definitely like romantasy, and I'm having a really good time.
Sweet.
For our mystery thriller book club, I just started The Maid by Anita Prose. Very popular. Pretty good. I already like it. Multitudes better than The Housemaid.
Is it different than The Housemaid?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like a maid in a luxury hotel.
Oh, okay.
So like she's like all the dirty secrets of all the guests, and the narration is like first person. She's like, I'm the one who picks up after you so carelessly leave, and like it's like bitchy. I'm into it.
Well, I just want them to know that I always pick up after myself. Like I don't like to leave.
No, it freaks me out.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I am reading.
Well, you're about to start A Curse Carved in Bone.
That's true. I am about to start A Curse Carved in Bone, like literally as soon as I can finish one of these other books. And I'm also finishing up One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune.
Is it good?
It's really good. It's really good. You're gonna love it.
I can't wait. Oh my god.
I fear that you may not be all the way well with the relationship between Nan and Alice.
Oh no.
Because I'm not all the way well. It is giving Marjorie. So
How do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's alive and well, Nan, but I think it's just it's been hard. I'm going slow because Nan is just reminding me a lot of my Mima, and I'm having a time.
I mean, I literally cried because when we were at Fredrik, well, we'll get into that, but okay, well,
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
But it's so beautiful, and it's really heartwarming. Like we talked about Carly, it's very heartwarming that she wrote Nan in such a positive, upbeat, independent, like youthful. It's like beautiful. That's
Is it
why
her
I'm
best
having
work?
a hard time. Yeah.
Okay.
It's right up there with the Summer.
Are you gonna bedazzle?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make a sparkly one, not my signed one. I don't know, just in case I don't love it.
I think I might do just the edge.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I could do that. I could commit to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me and all of my wild things that I'm reading. What about you?
So I'm into Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and it's doing its thing. Like I'm actively thinking about it right now. Not really sure what's going on, but excited to find out. I also finished Guild by Raven Kennedy, and I immediately said, yes, give me Glint. Is it Glint?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're hard.
They
were all the G's.
The Glint, Gleam, Glisten, whatever.
Guild, Glint, Gleam, Glisten, Goldfinch. No, Glint, Gleam, Glow, Glisten, Goldfinch. Fuck if I know.
I don't think Glisten is one.
You're probably right.
I think it's just Glow and then Goldfinch.
There's 6, and Goldfinch is the 6th one.
Guild,
Glint, Gleam,
Glow.
There's something in a Goldfinch.
Yeah. Some other G.
Anywho, I promise I love them. You know, I actually haven't read the 6th one.
Goldfinch?
Because it came out recently.
Yeah, very recently.
And I just am not ready to say goodbye. I'm acting like, la la la, it's not even out. I'm literally ignoring it. I just am ignoring it.
Well, if you wait long enough, we'll do it together.
I'll do it. Because I don't want that to end.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a very honest review. So up until the last 20%, I really didn't understand the hype. I was like, why does she love this so much? This is very yes, it's intriguing, but then it just.
I warned her so many times, to be clear. I was like, this is the worst book in the series. It's
the first book.
Yeah. She was not sure where she was going. That's for sure.
But then, first of all,
at the end.
And then Rip came on the scene, and I said, oh, I'm sad. Here I am. Here we are. So, I just downloaded Glint, and I'm excited to start that journey. And I am going to have to set Dark Matter down and dive in.
Are you going to start that tomorrow?
I'm going to start this tonight.
Oh. Okay.
So,
I'm trying to think which one of my 3 books I can speed read the fastest to start that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to start this tonight. And we'll see how it's going, whether or not I even stop. Because a lot of the time what I'll do is I'll be like, okay, I'm going to read up to 50%, and then I'll switch back to Dark Matter and read till that's at 70%.
I doubt it with this one.
Yeah, this one might be I'm going all the way through.
This will be a one at a time for me. I'll still have my others on my currently reading on Goodreads, but I'm not going to pick them up until
I might have to just flip. But I have some news for you. Okay. So upon attempting to organize my bookshelf today, I realized that I need to put myself on a self-imposed book ban. Buying ban.
Not another one.
When I tell you after this weekend or this past week's haul and just everything, I can only buy what I absolutely have to have, for book clubs if I don't have it. because my TBR not only takes up a whole, it's probably 3 shelves at this point.
I mean, who are you talking to? I'm the same way. I'm not going to stop.
And I said, and the thing is these are all such good books that I'm not reading because other books are coming up and I need to read them.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have, after Night in the Moth, next,
which we've already paid for.
I don't think we have, well, we have Problematic Summer Romance, but is the next big release for us not until Rose and Chains?
July? I don't know if there's anything in June.
I don't think there is that I can think of.
Nothing that's on my calendar.
Yeah. Sorry. Squirrels reading. I think for me, like barring what we need for book clubs, which I already have our June Sunbound book club book, The Sirens by Amelia Hart. I think I'm going to try really, really hard through June, the rest of May into June, to really read some of those books, because I have One Golden Summer, My Friends, Anxious People, Us Against the World, and that's just from our weekend in Wild Geese. I have Shields of Sparrow, Silver Elite, Immaculate Conception. Like, that's 8 books right there.
Yeah.
And so
The Unworthy, The
Maid, which is this month. And then I'll have Problematic Summer Romance to read. I've already read The Night in the Moth, but I'll probably do a reread of that.
I need it immediately.
Yeah, and then, I mean, I just, where is it? Gifted and Talented by
Olivia Blake.
Gifted and Talented by Olivia Blake. I mean, all of these really good books.
Yeah, you have a lot.
Broken Country.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I bought Dungeon Crawler Carl. Let's talk about it.
You did.
So I was sold on this. First of all, it's an alien invasion.
Yeah, can we discuss how you decided to purchase this? Yeah, it was a shock to me.
I know. So, I love alien invasions. So apparently Carl gets abducted with his cat, Princess Donut.
Yes.
And he's put into like a video game-esque type game for the aliens in his underwear. And I just cackled so hard thinking about that, because I'm like, well, that seems pretty funny. And so I thought, hey, it might be like a nice little like palate cleanse change to some of the romanticities I'm going to be indulging in. And I will tell you that I asked the bookseller about the books, and she said she's never had a book returned, and she's had multiple people come in and buy the rest of the series. And all of them have said, I did not think I would like this book, and I love it.
I've seen it on Goodreads and TikTok described to me a million times, and I'm like, I'll get to that one day. But you buying it makes me want to buy it more.
Yeah, so. I got that one. Conditions of Will. So I have to read Conditions of Will. And
I need you to read it.
And that's not even on. I have The Will of the Many. I have Babylonia. I have like all of these really good books that I know I need to read.
Yeah, and we have arcs pending.
We have arcs pending. Potentially more arcs coming in.
Yep.
And I just need to. I need to do some work.
I'm proud of you.
And then I need to like redo my bookshelves.
I do too. Well, no, that's
you
not
need
true.
to get more bookshelves.
I need bookshelves.
If anybody wants, what is the
IKEA Billy bookshelves? I know you all know they're everywhere. I'm not original. If you
find one and you want to send them to Liz G,
I'll pay you. I'll pay you. I will do a lot because I want. Here's the thing: you can get them, but they are only in the ugly dark wooden color right now.
Yeah.
And like that's just not me.
And you want to match.
Yeah, so I want all the, like, either the white or the black Billy bookshelves, and I want the extenders and the corner shelves, and that's my problem, is I'm not willing to settle.
I mean, I don't blame you.
So unless I find something else that I really, really want that's not $5,000, I'll wait until I can. So That's it. I have books up literally to the ceiling, all over the floor.
Osha would have a field day with your book room.
I don't have any employees. We'll be fine.
I would consider Oliver your employee.
I'm his employee.
Right. He's your problem child.
Yeah, and if that's the case, we would have called Osha when he tried to kill me. So
forgot all about Yeah, so that is what I am reading. And that is my big, listen, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, guys, day 28, I haven't bought a book. It's just going to be,
You're going to do your best.
Yeah, I'm going to be, do I need that book right now?
Right.
Don't be anxious that another fourth wing situation is going to happen.
Yes, and I've been quietly kind of doing that. I guess I just wouldn't call it a book ban. I'm trying to calm down.
Yeah, you didn't buy really anything besides what we were getting this weekend.
I bought the signed copy of This Summer Will Be Different because it's my favorite Carly Fortune book, and I didn't own it. And then, of course, my signed Beartown, which I also already owned, but I needed. I needed a signed one.
You did.
And that's it.
Yeah. Well, and I bought The Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis.
Which looks great.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one too. So, anyways, that's kind of a little update for what my rest of May and into June is going to look like. And I don't think we have a lot. There's probably something I am missing, but
I'm sure. There's so many books. We're probably both just like completely forgetting something that's coming out. Well, It's a Love Story comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't own physicals of that.
Yeah, so I'll have to get that one.
Yep.
I'll have to get that one. But, you know, it is what it is. So I just need to get that TBR down a little bit.
It's a great problem to have.
Yes, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it. And the problem is then like books come out. And I'm like, okay, I have to read that first. So it's a me problem, not anybody else problem.
I just can't believe that we're looking at these signed copies. I'm just like flabbergasted. We had all these ideas of what we were going to talk about today on the podcast, and they all kind of flew out the window. And so we're just yapping. We're just yapping because that book is so beautiful.
Okay. So what was one of the topics we were going to talk about?
We were going to discuss Fredrik Backman.
Oh, yes.
On our last episode, you saw we were like midway through our Franklin trip and talked about our evening with Carly Fortune. And then the next day we had our evening with Fredrik Backman, which was so unexpectedly hilarious. But I also was crying.
He dropped some bangers.
He sure did. Some bangers of jokes, some bangers of emotional devastation. He was crazy.
He was, and he's so eloquent when he talks. Is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
yeah, he speaks eloquently.
Yeah, and he was, you know, there was a little bit of a language barrier at times, but I felt it definitely didn't derail anything. Like the conversation flowed. His stories are absolutely hysterical. I felt so seen when he was talking about being roasted by his teenager, because I too am often roasted. And
you're roasted by all your children.
All of my children love to humble me in the best ways. But I'm going to read you the one quote because speaking of like man and stuff.
I'm just going to be here with my matcha.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared.
The one quote he did not come up with this quote himself, but it hurts too much to touch with words. Instant tears because my grandmother passed away in 2020 and she was like one of my soul people. And every year I try and struggle to like put into words what it was like to lose her. And you know this, you've watched me. And then he said that and it just was like, that's it. It just hurts too much to put into words what it feels like to not have her anymore.
Yeah, and he was also sharing it in a way that was kind of like about losing people that you're like extremely close with and fond of. I forget the name of the poet, and even if I knew the name of the poet, I couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah.
But that is who said that quote, and he was speaking about being like so touched by her work, like basing work off of her.
And I think it's in Beartown, so
it is.
We can. But that was just one of the many quotes. Truly, that he. What parts were like really deep for you?
I don't know. I think any time that someone is vulnerable enough to share when they are just like really not in a good place, that always makes me very emotional. Like normally you'll hear people say like, "How are you?" "I'm okay." And that really means they're probably really fucking bad. That's usually what that means because everyone is great or okay. But he was like talking about like living in the dark place and like being unsure if he was ever going to even write again, and like having his family like having to basically like remind him of who he is and like what life is like. And you can really tell that he's been through some things when you read his books, but like just listening to him say it all so plainly and like chill, like yeah, I was in a dark place.
Yeah, he said his wife, he like gave her a copy of the book he was writing at the time, which was My Friends. And she said, you are like, there's no hope in this book.
And you're not well.
Yeah, you are in a very dark place and you need to basically figure out how to come out of it. And he spoke so highly on his wife.
Over and over and over.
Yes. And that also, I don't know what it is, but when you are, especially with a man, to have a man love his wife out loud the way Fredrik was.
And like really poetically.
Yes. It was just really comforting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times men do not like to love out loud, which we don't have that problem, but I wish more men were comfortable saying my wife is my entire world.
Yeah, or like I am my wife, like I'm here because of her, I do all this because of her. And like he spent like 10 minutes just talking about the way she looks at art in museums, and our whole row was like
yeah, he said he loved the way she loved art, is essentially. And I was like,
and like this whole My Friends is about an artist, and so I'm like, is this all about her? Like, which he didn't say, but I have to wonder.
And he also said he got a lot of inspiration from he talked about his daughter and his children a lot. And he also talked about his dog, who sounds like a menace to society in the best way.
An underdog.
Underdog. He said that his dog has like 5 siblings, 4 of which are police dogs and like saving people's lives. 1 of which is like an elite
like a show
dog, champion. And then he said, and then there's, and I think, because then I creeped, the name of the dog is Donkey. So then there's Donkey, who doesn't
do anything, doesn't listen, yeah, is not like fully trained.
Yeah.
Just like is bossing them around.
Yeah, and he loves Donkey.
It's very cute. Yeah, that signing was incredible.
I like both Carly and Fredrik brought so much energy and vibes and like it, but it was in such a different way. Like with Carly, I'm like, I'm gonna go out and girl boss, and but with Fredrik, I was a little softer. I was like, that really hurt me.
Yeah.
That had a lot of energy behind that statement that is kind of hard and it's very different.
Yeah, after listening to Carly, I was like, Liz and I are going to be millionaires, and we are going to wear sequins and heels and have families, and we're going to be in charge of everything.
And then, which we are.
But Fredrik was talking, and I was like, I'm going to lay down.
We didn't talk very much once we got home. Truly.
I needed to lay down. Yeah, we just went next door, had chicken tenders, and then went to bed. Yeah. Literally. We didn't even stop in the living room. We went straight upstairs to our rooms.
Yep. Honestly, though, those 2 days were what I needed.
Okay, that was one of the best trips ever.
Let's talk about the day of Fredrik. Yeah. So we woke up. We took our time waking up.
We were attacked by a pigeon.
Liz sends this text, and then we kind of talked about that. So we talked about the pigeon. And then we're like, okay, we're going to go get swig. We're going to go to the bookstore. And then we're going to go eat, go home. So we went and swig, got a delicious swig.
So good.
We go to the bookstore. We find Emily Henry Great Big Beautiful Life totes waiting for us.
Which are very hard to find if you know about those.
Yeah. As we're leaving the bookstore to sit on the porch, a thunderstorm rolls in out of nowhere.
And that's putting it lightly. It was like a derecho.
It was not. It was close. It was
okay, but it was like lightning every 5 seconds.
Yes, it was.
The thunder was so loud it was like moving the porch.
It was.
It was beautiful.
And we sat on that porch for at least
made friends.
45 minutes maybe, and listened to the rain, and then ordered our food when there was like a slight break. Got these delicious paninis from Main and Madison in Franklin. Went home, ate, and then laid in our beds.
And read.
I napped a little bit, listened to the more thunderstorms that rolled through before getting up and getting ready. And
it was iconic.
It was so rejuvenating for me.
It was the perfect way to like set up and also reset for like an emotional signing. And I knew we were going to have an emotional night. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's lay down.
It was a very emotional night. It was.
But it was great.
And tell them what happened when you met him.
Yeah, so basically I let him know that I was obsessed with him in a very like thorough and not creepy way. That is important to note. I was not weird. And he laughed so hard and his face got like bright red and he like cheesed. And then in my copy of My Friends, he wrote like to Elizabeth from a friend. And then his signature. And I have been stalking him. Obviously, like looking at his tour, like stories, and he has not put that on anyone else's books. I haven't seen anything but the person's name.
I had 3 things I had wanted to say to him. And instead I blacked out and I said, I too am roasted by my teenager. And it's crazy that they have the audacity to roast us when they smell as bad as they do. And he did cackle. He did laugh, which it's a big thing to make him laugh. So
yeah, we both were accomplished. And then our other friend wrote on the bookmark, like to her younger self, like she put her name, but put like younger. And he wrote it, and he thought it was really nice. He was like, "Oh." So honestly, our group was just like a sleigh.
We had a great time, and Wild Geese once again did an amazing job.
As always,
they did their thing.
Yeah. If I could say one thing to Fredrik Backman though, post event, I would let him know to fire his photographer.
Yeah, his photographer wasn't the best.
He was not nice.
No.
There were no, like, you weren't allowed to use your phone to take a photo, which we've never experienced before at all these book signings. And our friend Lauren at Wild Geese was like, yeah, he hired a photographer to go with him on this whole tour. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to have professional photos with Fredrik Backman. This is the best day of my life. My photo on Splash Mountain was better. I'm just saying. Than my photo with Fredrik Backman. It was so bad. And I wouldn't be roasting the photo if he was a nice person, but he was very rude, like to everyone, and just did not cultivate the space that Wild Geese and the Art Craft Theater and Fredrik Backman all like had this perfect curated like nice space. And he kind of ruined it.
Yeah, he was especially rude to like you, Chelsea, and Jack for no reason. There was no reason to be rude.
Yeah, there were 600 people there, so I'm not saying we were like the only victims here. He probably was rude the whole time because he just did not seem like a happy guy. But we were sitting right where he wanted to set up his camera. We were right at the front, and he was like, "Oh, are these your seats?" After the event, and Chelsea was like, "Yeah," and he said, "Not anymore. They're not."
You don't have to leave, but you need to move, is essentially what he said.
He literally said, "Not anymore." I said, "Oh, okay." And then just some other comments, and then when it was time for our photos, there were some more comments, and the night was amazing. I just had to get that out there because I've been festering. Like, how rude to ruin something so beautiful as a Fredrik Backman book signing. He lives in Sweden. Am I ever gonna see him again? Probably not.
Yeah, no, I agree. And there was just no need for it. I understood to an extent that he had to like kind of police because Fredrik is a yapper, but you can be kind about it. I mean, Wild Geese has always been very efficient, and if he has something to say, I mean, these books touch so many people, then let the people say it, you know? So
yeah. We saw so many Beartown hockey team T-shirts. We saw some Beartown jerseys. Like, someone went as far as to make jerseys. That was really cool. I saw some bookmarks and bracelets, and it was really cool.
It was.
It was a great signing. You can tell, like, just how many people are, like, really obsessed with his work.
Yes, it was fabulous. I We're so incredibly lucky and blessed and grateful that we get to do things such as that. Because I remember just sitting there and I was just like, I feel like we're at a TED Talk.
Yes.
And we've been at one for 2 days.
Yeah, it was like we were almost like at a retreat.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like when we have the multiples. So.
Yes. And also, if you guys are loving hearing about the Wild Geese, they are putting on their summer camp. So you can go on their website and look up what the summer camp entails.
Lots of authors, lots of activities.
Yes. And purchase your tickets to go to that. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to be back down there, but
there's so much going on. I'm not sure what events we're going to select, but we'll be up and down and around. Geese announced a book signing with R.F. Kuang, which is crazy. So if you've read the Poppy War books, Babel, I mean, like, what is that? Is that also Yellowface?
Yep, Yellowface.
Crazy. Let me start over. What's that? Yeah, so if you liked the Poppy War trilogy, Babel, Yellowface, this fall, well, I guess it's August, isn't it? It's not fall.
It's, late summer.
Yeah. So later this summer, her new book, Catabasis, is coming out. It's a dark academia, magic college vibe fantasy book, and I'm screaming. So they announced the book signing for that. Did you see the sprayed edges on that book?
I'm ready.
Insane. So you'll probably see Liz and I there if you want to hang out. We love it when people come up and are like, "Are you Liz and Liz?" It's the cutest.
It's so funny. It's so fun. It
does not feel real.
No. And then I feel silly. I'm like, hi.
Yeah, my name is Liz. Yeah, can I help you?
Yes. But always come say hi because it's so fun. So that's late August, end of August. So
who knows? There's a million events between now and then, so you may see us.
We are also going up to Michigan to see Annabelle Monaghan.
Yay.
So that's exciting. So that is in July.
Yep. June.
That's in June. So that is our June trip. So we have a couple of fun things coming up, not a ton. We are kind of going a little slower these next couple of weeks because it has been like full force. We will be having Debbie and Sarah back this summer. We have Mallory Marlowe coming on.
Oh my God.
She's in July.
Yep. We have 11 Other Conspiracies. First Sighting. Yep. I'm Not Well.
Yep. So she's coming on, and we are still courting a bunch of other authors. So we will let you know as we know, truly. And then we have our book clubs and potential releases and all of the fun things. So
crazy. A Taylor Swift album will be announced also this year. I'm tasting. Tasting the last 2 re-records at least.
Yes, maybe. Yes, I feel like we should get. Which one would you want first, debut or Reputation?
For the sole purpose of, I want her to be able to say, I took back my name and then my reputation. I want it to be debut and then rep. But I have no preference. If she wanted to just release TS12 and no re-records yet, I'll take it. I will take anything. She was out in public yesterday for the first time since March, and I felt like I could breathe again.
Yeah, I was nervous, but she looked great. She looked like she had relaxed.
She was wearing black on Mother's Day, which I thought was interesting. And on her dress was daisies. Like, I once was Poison Ivy, but now I'm your Daisy, which is rep.
Yeah. She's been giving a ton of rep vibes, but the last time she did that, we got TTPD.
I know. I don't know. Well, and also, did you see on her website, everything is in AMA order? Like, it literally says apparel, music, albums, something else. It's AMAS. And everything is 26% off. And the AMAs are on the 26th.
Oh, Lord. I cannot get my own.
And all the blocks on the website are black.
What did she announce has she announced at the AMAs before?
She announced at the VMAs.
The VMAs, okay.
Yeah, she announced Midnights.
When did she announce TTPD?
At the Grammys.
Grammys, okay.
Not this one.
I never can tell these award shows. I know. I'm so bad at it.
I can usually tell about the outfits.
Yeah.
Because of like the different levels of classy you have to look.
So for the AMAs though, she can go kind of bold and like.
My favorite look she's literally ever had was at the AMAs. where she had the high neck, complete mirror ball, really tight dress.
Where she was like, I can't put my earrings on. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That look was insane. I think about it every day.
I personally loved, it was like a cutout, maybe it was her Met Gala look with the white blonde hair.
Oh, and a snakeskin looking silver. Yeah, that was bleach Alba.
I loved that. I loved that whole vibe.
You love that era.
What's crazy though is at the time I was like, I don't love this, and now as time has gone on, it's my favorite.
Exactly the same. I feel the exact same way. I'm like, girl, you good? Is this Britney Spears? Do you need assistance? And now I'm like, oh, can
we go back?
She ate.
Yeah, she ate that down.
She did. She left no crumbs.
None. She never really does. I really can't think of one outfit that
The one. I can think of one.
Which one?
The 2019 or 18 billboards, where maybe it was billboards, some red carpet, and it was the long sleeve, baby blue, teeny tiny shorts romper. Do you even?
Yes. I thought you were going to talk about when she wore that midnight's blue two-piece.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that.
I love that one.
No, I have to show it to people.
I know what you're talking about. That wasn't that 1989 era too? Maybe. Yeah.
2014. Yeah. 2014. So I don't know why I thought it was lover era. And also, what are the letters? This. That was not for me, but that's okay.
I do love the hair though. The hair is good.
The hair and the makeup, and also the shoes are eating still. Yes. But why the shoes with it? Anyways, not for us to worry about. No, it was not for me.
It's 10 years old.
Yeah, we're good.
So, but yeah, she's been eating.
If that's the only time I've ever been upset with your outfit ever, and it was 11 years ago, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all Liz and I in our universe that has occurred since the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we saw these books and blacked out. We had plans to talk about other stuff.
Well, I think, okay, so what are we looking forward to? We're looking forward to The Night and the Moth, which comes out, this is Monday, so it'll be tomorrow. At least the Barnes & Noble version has these beautiful sprayed edges. And please, if we don't listen to anything we say, no, this is brilliant work.
My number one most anticipated read of the year. And still so far in May that I've read so far, I've read 77 books so far this year. And that is my number one. Yep.
I mean, it's still not taking over Rose and Chains, but it's a very close second. Additionally, then the following Tuesday, so next Tuesday, the 27th, Problematic Summer Romance comes out by Allie Hazelwood, and I am very excited for that.
So happy. I've seen the reviews. Have you seen some reviews? It looks amazing.
I can't wait.
People are loving it.
I love HGAP, so
yeah,
I already know. And I love the way Allie writes. So I even liked Not in Love, truly. So, and this is going to be, we'll be seeing some characters from Not in Love.
Like the spin-off-y vibe.
Yeah. So excited for that. And then we have June, which I don't think there's a ton of big releases, but then July, Rose and Chains. Roots of Darkness is published. I feel like there's so much more, but
I know.
It's going to come so quickly.
Yeah. Those are sort of top of the tops.
Yeah. And then in August, and then if we jumped all the way till September is going to be a month. We've got Princess of Blood, Alchemized. So we have Alchemized and we have Princess of Blood coming out. And Alchemized alone is going to just wreck us.
I am not prepared.
No, I'm not. And then additionally, now we know that Dawn of the North by Demi Winters will be out in February, which is also not that far. And we just learned that The Ballad of Falling Dragons, which is the sequel to When the Moon Hatched, has also been pushed back to February, which I'm not mad about.
It's going to be 2 insane books in February.
Yeah. And that's not even counting Sweetwater Pete from Lila Sage and B.K. Borson's Good Spirits and anything and everything in between. So it's going to be quite the summer and fall. I feel like, do you remember last year when I was talking about fall in May and you were like, girl, let me have my summer? I already feel like I'm doing that and I'm actually excited for summer this year. But I'm
You're
like,
doing better than you were before.
yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I want to sit outside in the sun and read my books, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Every week, it just feels like books are coming out that I have to have.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
Being a reader is the best.
It truly is. It truly, truly is. And listen, as we know things, you guys will know things, and we will make sure to tell you. So I think that's about it, though.
I think we crushed it.
I think we crushed it. So with that being said, if you are not following us on social media, we are Liz and Liz Get Literary on all platforms except X. And if you need to send us an email, lizandlizgetlit@gmail.com. And we will be seeing you soon.
Bye.